Hello and welcome to Flippin' Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're flipping through Mad Magazine number 435, released November 2003, cover price $3.50, which is indeed cheap. But before we do that, please let me remind you, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. That is the #1 way that you can support this YouTube channel. Help it to continue to grow. And grow it has 1,600 maybe followers, subscribers. Anyway, I really do appreciate it if you hit like and subscribe and follow. Share it out if you think that this would be interesting to a friend or maybe even an enemy. If you want to support me in another way, patreon.com/flippinthrough. Link is down in the description. You can also become a channel member through YouTube. And what do you get? Same stuff as Patreon. 6 set of stickers, you get buttons, and a pretty cool stencil for defacing both public and private property. If you're a channel member through YouTube, you also get these videos a couple days earlier. So if you're like, I can't wait till Saturday, I need it now, that's always an option to you. With that, these are the people I get to thank for their support right now. Ben Forsgren, Joey Gesso, Reflection of Perfection, Tom Richmond, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Mead Sperry, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Little Cozy Nostro. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope I can keep on earning it. Let's go right here. Let's get in to this issue of Mad Magazine. All right, so 2003. What was I doing in 2003? I was getting ready to graduate high school. That's what I was doing. And this is from my personal collection. Right there, look at my old address, my high school address. So that's kind of cool. This is a good issue. You got to know you're going to be hearing the ad alert a lot. All right, you're going to be getting it a lot. This cover is like nothing special. The art's always great. Mark Fredrickson's art is always great. If you ever wonder, like, how does he know so much about Mad Magazine? Well, it's because I'm looking at Mad Cover Site right now. All right, look at this. That I have a cheat sheet. That's how. Okay. Mark Fredrickson's art looks beautiful, but it's just like, the guys are all Alfred E. Neuman. Know what he should have done is had two of them, one be Alfred E. Neuman and then the other be Maxie Kazanowski, Alfred's girlfriend. If you know what I'm saying. Anyway, let's get into this. Right off the bat, we got ad alert. Yes, indeed. Sorry so soon you were had that put upon you, but that's the nature of ad alert. That's the nature of this era of Mad Magazine. There's a lot of ads. Some kind of interesting letters. Nothing that I really wanted to highlight. Some guy complaining about people in prison. No, this is not ad alert. This is a fake ad. Timothy Chalamet doing a cool fake video game cover. Max Korn on the Grand Caravan. It's pretty nice. Carpool the video game. And this is like, this era of video games, you would get stuff like this. There's just all sorts of weird things. They're just throwing everything at the wall. Maybe they're still doing that, but so much of the video games are on Steam. I don't do Steam. I guess like they did Goat Simulator later on. Like that's pretty weird. But yeah, this era of video games I remember quite well. And look at, you can see some of these. You're going to see a lot of these weird video games. This is like a racing one. I guess that's not too terribly weird. You're going to see a lot of examples in here. Oh, boom. How many times have I turned the page and we already have 3 ads? I wonder if we'll get an ad per page turn. Here we have the Make a Dumb Wish Foundation. You guys know I like to highlight these. This is a fun little thing just to get people writing in. The Make a Dumb Wish Foundation. I would like to make a wish for the Make a Dumb Wish Foundation. I'd like the entire usual gang of idiots to spend a few weeks in Egypt. You guys would be working your asses off trying to keep up with the crappy movies and talk shows we have here. You'd have plenty of material to make fun of. I assure you, I bet I'm the only Egyptian subscriber you have. Nada nakla. Nada nakla. You got a lot of nakla? No, I have nada nakla. Alexandria, Egypt. Not enough. We hate to burst your bubble, but you are far from being our only Egyptian subscriber. As you well know, Egyptians are renowned for their marvelous senses of humor. Behold the damning evidence. A Different World superstar Sinbad. Egyptian. Canadian funny man Mike Myers. Egyptian. Mary-Kate Olsen of the Olsen twins fame. Egyptian. The common misconception is that Ashley is the Egyptian one. So while we pride ourselves on the Make a Dumb Wish Foundation on making dumb wishes come true, we regret that we cannot make your dumb wish come true. Your wish wasn't so much dumb as it was poor. It was a poor wish. Union Bay. I had some Union Bay clothes when I was a kid. Yet another ad. Let's just keep going. Oh, so here we have Trading Places. Oh, I forgot to get, sorry guys. I forgot it's the glossy issues. I got to get my little board here that tips us. Oh, that's so much better. Trashing Places. Trading Places was it the start of that type of television show? Well, first off, they were like trading spaces, where they would do like renovation shows, right? We all are familiar with those. And then they did Trading Places, which is you would renovate your neighbor's house. Which, can you imagine a bigger nightmare than having your neighbor renovate your house? I don't want my neighbor renovating my house. I'm certain they don't want me renovating theirs. But anyway, so they had these like people to guide them through this, and then they had this guy, I forget his name, this sexy man to do stuff, to build like shitty cabinets. And like, oh my god, it was a little bit of a disaster. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe people were very happy. I don't know. What are you gonna do? Beautiful artwork by Tom Richmond, though. And my favorite touch is this. The hand chair. I wanted one of those hand chairs so badly. It would be like this. Does that make sense? Like this? Anyway, that one is giving the middle finger, which is pretty fun. All right, let's keep moving. A homophobe hates others simply because of their sexual orientation. You can usually spot them mouthing off about deviant lifestyles and how same-sex couples shouldn't be granted the same rights as hetero couples enjoy. Not a fun bunch. But there is an even more insidious group, those who are too cowardly to admit their narrow-minded prejudices, or worse, aren't even aware that they have them. Use these examples to out some closet homophobes. This is the artwork by Keith Seidel, writer Butch D'Ambrosio. The art's cool. I like the art. The writing's good. D'Ambrosio, he's written a lot of good stuff, I think. I feel like he has. That's a name that pops up a lot in these like 2000s. Maybe 90s? Should I click on it? Let's find out. D'Ambrosio. Yeah, 95 to 2004. So he was reaching the end of his career at Mad. Closet homophobes read same-sex commitment ceremony announcements in the paper out loud for comedic entertainment. That doesn't seem very closeted. That seems very overt, right? Closet homophobes are huge Tom Hanks fans who never got around to seeing Philadelphia. Closet homophobes are pro-gay rights as long as everyone knows they're straight. No better place to pick up babes than Gay Rights March. That's a fact. Oh gosh, are we keeping score of this? My goodness. How many ads are we going to get? Closet homophobes try to discourage their daughter from attending WNBA games. Look at this whole thing. WrestleMania. if you're of the belief that like pop culture will turn your child gay, what's worse, WNBA or WWE? I don't know. Closet homophobes won't eat a banana if someone else is in the room. that, that's the funniest one. I love that one. Here we have signs that Friends just doesn't give a damn anymore. You'll notice that the TV show that they lampooned wasn't Friends. What's up with that? Well, they do a bunch of other Friends content. Well, at least two things. Here we have Ray Alma, the great Ray Alma, doing some beautiful like watercolors. Just, wouldn't it be awesome to be decent at watercolors? Like not even this good, right? Not even like, well, not even this good. Certainly not Herman Mejia level, but just competent at watercolors. That would be pretty cool. I think you probably need to be competent at drawing first, and then that probably helps. An episode goes to commercial break and never comes back. Jennifer Aniston's nipples are never hard anymore. She went on a tear where she would not wear a brassiere and be poking out for the whole episode. It was for a young man. That was pretty sweet stuff. Oh, at first I thought maybe this was a joke one, but it was not. This is another ad. Here we have Where Do They Get Off? Volume 2. Where Do They Get Off? Volume 2. Tom Bunk doing some beautiful artwork. Look at a little self-insert. Wait a second. Look at this. We have a website, www.spalato.net. I might have to investigate. Hold on. Okay, this is wild. This is it used to be Tom Bunk's website. And this is what it looks like now. I don't know if anybody knows Korean. And then I went, oops, wrong button. And then I went to the Wayback Machine. This is what it looked like not that long ago. Just somebody's Korean Google Maps. And then Tom Bunk. That's Tom Bunk. Tom Bunk is an American cartoonist known for his work in children's books, magazines, and advertising. Born in 46. Oh man, Tom Bunk's older than my dad. That's wild. Yeah, this is pretty wild. And then it just sort of repeats itself. I'm wondering, 2012, let's go all the way back. Let's go back to 2003. Let's see what it looks like at that time. Oh, okay. Here, I'm going to move myself. Okay. Portfolio. This is cool. Wow. You guys gotta check this out on the way back. I'm going to stop messing around with this. Get back to the issue. All right, where do mutual funds get off charging you for having a low balance when the reason that you have a low balance is because they lost all your money in bad investments? Where do politicians get off telling us that they represent the majority when only 40% of all people even bother to vote? They got only slightly more than half of that. A really good point. That's why voting is kind of a joke. Where does the Bush administration get off characterizing toppling a foreign government as an innocent-sounding regime change when if another country tried to do that same thing to us, they'd call it a coup d'etat? Where does Mad Magazine get off publishing volume 2 of an article nobody liked the first time around? Ain't that the truth? I think this era of Mad Magazine, and it gets much more... There you go. There's an ad. Save the Colony, Space Colony. This era of Mad Magazine actually, I think, did a very good job of balancing stuff that would be interesting to kids, all what kids were into, and also kind of adult stuff as well. And I think getting it from both perspectives. Like this is sort of universal. I think anybody at any age would appreciate this. The unintended bumper messages. And this reminds me, they used to do this with like road signs or billboards, and it would be a cool picture of like the landscape littered with billboards, and they're all overlapping and creating unexpected messages. U.S. out of Disney World. Shit happens. Bush Cheney. Smile, God loves medical marijuana. Honk of your Jesus. Don't blame me, I voted for my poodle. Pray to end. Classic Oldies, 103.7 K-Rock FM. Funny thing about this, there is a photography credit. Irving Schild, they sent Irving out to take some photos of cars. Probably the most obvious one that's like, it's random cars is this one. Just some guy's truck with the, is that Jeff Gordon is 88? Anyway, Jeff Gordon stickers sitting there. Oh, here you go. Grabbed by ghoulies, just like carpool, grabbed by ghoulies. And look at, this is an interesting thing at the time. They had pictures of children having fun and enjoying the video game. That would be you enjoying the video game. Here we have more ridiculous Friends spin-offs that we are sure to see. Law and Order Chandler Bing Unit. NBC has finally figured out the key to rating success. Just slap the name Law and Order in front of a show. This latest version finds Chandler Bing, long dissatisfied with his job as a data processor, joining the force and quickly rising through the ranks due to a wacky clerical error. In the series pilot, Sergeant Bing finally cracks down on the former neighbor and lewd pervert Ugly Naked Guy. Bruce Willis guest stars as a narcoleptic loose cannon cop with a vaguely Spanish accent. Ugly Naked Guy, could you be more indecently exposed? Get in the... That looks like... That looks like, what's his face? I'm the transporter. What's that guy? What's his name? The transporter. Well, I'm here to transport something. I'm the transporter. That's the only movie I can think of him. Whoa, this really is lock, stock, and two smoking barrels. Yeah. Anyway, how about Snoop Rossi Ross and his frizz ends? Finally responding to a decade of criticism that Friends rarely featured any black characters, NBC has created this hip-hop spin-off, which finds David Schwimmer's Ross moving to Harlem and declaring himself the funk doctor of paleontology. Now Dr. Geller, aka Snoop Rossi Ross, not only works with bones, he smokes them. Snoop Ross rolls with a brand new posse of frizz ends, but keeps it real by giving shout-outs to his homies Chandler Bling Bling and Feebizzle Buffizzle, co-starring Bone Crusher as rival West Coast paleontologist Dr. Mochetta. So I told that shorty we were on a brizache, but the bitch flew off the hizzle. Yo, you gully dog, and she be messing around with Mark-ass bustas. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife, foo. Ain't that the truth? Oh, god damn it. Beautiful Joe. My goodness. Great video game. Not excited to see yet another ad. Here we have Monroe and the downloads. It's piracy on the high C drive. Monroe and the downloads. Here we have Monroe getting his computer taken by the authorities and then being brought to court. This was really big. Downloading music illegally, piracy. They somehow started to actually prosecute people. And I think that went on for a fair amount of time. I don't understand how that works. I don't understand how they decide who gets punished for this. I think it's just... And here's the thing that's crazy. They somehow figured out how to get us to pay for things after piracy existed. Like now, how many, you don't pirate music, you get a Spotify premium account. You don't pirate movies, you get 5 streaming services. It's crazy. Golly. The artwork by Bill Ray, of course, is just absolutely beautiful. And gosh, look at this panel. Look at how he uses that, like the craft tint to like have the light shining down. It's remarkable. He's a remarkable man. Here we have the Spy versus Spy versus Spy. Early Peter Kuper, where he's doing that like stenciling, airbrushing type stuff. And boy, does that look really, really good. Really, 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 really good. And look at, they're just trying to make an honest buck. And of course, the Gray Spy screws them over and turns them into abstract paintings. I love that. Anytime you could use a steamroller to kill somebody, definitely do it. Definitely do it. Oh my goodness, another one for a publisher. Three Rivers Press, crownpublishing.com. Mads Make Your Own Movie Sequel. This is something that Mads been doing forever, right? Where it's, they used to do it where it looked like a Mad Libs, right? You'd have a Mad Libs paper on here, you'd have the script, and then you'd have all of your choices here. And it was superior. Having photographs of this stuff isn't better. I don't need waxy, I don't need, what is that? Bottle of Pledge? Photograph of a bottle of Pledge. A photograph of the Penn's diapers. A photograph of acid reflux. Bro, I live with acid reflux every day. I don't need a picture of a tummy. A Wonder Bra picture. That's okay. We can live with that. I'll give that one a pass. Here we have a mad look at fashion. I think this is like, this is the one I really like probably most in this whole issue. And it's so great because, like, one, I think it gets both parent and child perspective. It captures it really, really well. Probably because this is something that every person has been through. Every person has been a child. And half of those people have grown up to be adults. Wait, no, that math doesn't work. But anyway, there's like, I love this one. This is a weird thing that kids did in the 2000s. Girls did in the 2000s. They'd like show their thong. I mean, I remember it. Can't imagine. I mean, leaving the house like that though. And then he sees his own daughter do it, and he flips out. This is another favorite. He's like, yell at your son, please. And then he thinks back to his own father's reaction to his crazy hair. He's like, you know what? It's great, dude. I don't want to make you feel how my father made me feel. This is a fun one. Sergio's Babes might be in the top 5. We keep adding to people into the competition. It's hard to keep people out. Like that. This was another great one, though. You know, that sort of parent-child dynamic captured really well. Boom. What's weird is that it's like they look like toddlers, right? But they're not. They're like, I think supposed to be middle school, which I guess isn't better. It's just like, that's such a weird image to see. It's a very bizarre image to see. Yeah. Anyway, how delightful this is. And there's more. Look at this one. Don't know that they would do this one these days. And then, of course, another example of like, you won't go out dressed like that. It's like, no, my dad's going to flip out, gets changed, comes out dressed like that. Hey, you know what? That's not so bad. You go ahead, honey. You look great. You look cute. Yeah, you saw it. I saw it too. We're not done. We're not done with the ads. But when I felt this issue, I was like, oh, this is a thick issue. This is going to be great. No, it's not more material. It's more ads. This is Voodoo Vince. Duke Bissell's Tales of Undisputed Interest. Hit pause, read that. Give PC Vey a thumbs up. Here we have, I'm just talking so much on this one. things we might have seen had Jerry Springer run for Senate. Jerry Springer famously, well, maybe not famous, I don't know how, if everybody knows that, he was, it was like the mayor of Cincinnati or something back in the day, before he had his television show. So he went from being a mayor to being one of the most well-known daytime television hosts, and then wanted to run for Senate. Springer would be the only candidate to point out that the Bush tax cuts benefit only the wealthiest 1% of top dancers. At some point, and with a straight face, he would have griped to the press that criticisms from Bill O'Reilly, Chris Matthews, and Joe Scarborough are just the hysterical rantings of out-of-control TV talk show hosts. I love this one. He would have had to kiss a certain number of consenting adults dressed as babies. Springer would have had some really odd photo ops. Greater Ohio Order of Flabby Sadomasochists for Springer. Okay, now it looks like this is my body. Anyway, I'm going to stop being an idiot. Let's keep moving along. Oh, candidate Springer would have been the only candidate regular polling the skinhead demographic. Answer each question, very likely, not likely, or none of my bleepin' business. You see that? The Zodiac. I kind of remember this thing. I never had one, never knew anybody that had one, but I remember being excited about it. Oh, here's another one. Cool. I wanted to go over these. Oh, geez. Oh, you guys, there's so much good stuff in this one. Non-sports over-under bets. I don't know over-under bets. So you just guess over or under? Over-under 50, the number of cubic yards of loose skin under his clothes that are hanging off Jared from Subway. Over-under 50, number of years this pervert should serve. Over-under 19, the number of multi-syllabic words Keanu Reeves will utter in the next Matrix sequel. Whoa. Karate. That's multi-syllabic. Over under 200,000. How much money that fool from Joe Millionaire will be in debt by the end of the year? Over under 3. The number of years until Britney Spears poses nude in Playboy to revive her career. There we go. Now we have C. Brisket. Brisket is beef, though. Mort Drucker and Arnie Kogan. Mort Drucker still going strong. Really awesome illustrations in the year 2003. But we don't really have time to do anything else about this. Some like it shot. That's kind of cool. A colorized Mort Drucker? Are you kidding me? Oh, God. There we go. Ad alert. And then finally, the fold in. Let me get my card. What form of terrorism does the Department of Homeland Security appear helpless to prevent? And it is high school shootings. I don't understand. I don't understand what the image is. Am I like missing some of it? Boom. Oh, high school hazing. High school hazing. High school hazing. I still can't fucking tell what that is. Anyway, and then, of course, to wrap it all up, we get another ad. You guys, this has been Mad Magazine number 435. Remember, if you haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Best way to support this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.